Hi, it's Tracy Allen here from Stamp and Scrap UK, and today I'm going to show you basically how to make these really simple boxes. I'll take this one for instance. You slide this off and then it opens like this, and they're so easy to make that it's my go-to box this year for all my small presents. I've just noticed my cable's stuck in the drawer and it will make everything rock. So I'm going to use Poinsettia Petals. I'll move these just to say that this DSP is going to be reduced tomorrow in the clearance sale, and this stamp set Warm Hugs is going to be reduced. This paper Snowflake Wishes, I think it is going to reduce, so I'll just move those out of the way in a second. I was going to do this video yesterday. Unfortunately, I spent most of yesterday helping my neighbour's house not flood, as we had floods in Fortrose. We've still got flooding in various areas. But anyway, so I'll move these out of the way. I've already pre-prepared some stuff. I'm just going to stick this out of the way over here. Sorry about that. There's not that much room on my desk. Can I see comments? I don't know at the moment. Don't seem to be able to. Let's see if I can get the screen up. And there we go. So the first thing you'll need is some patterned paper. So I'm using Poinsettia Petal, and I'm also going to be using some brass foil card. So the way you make these boxes is you take your item you want to write. I'm going to be giving these to the people I do voluntary shopping for, and you measure. See if I can get this in there so you can see. You measure your so let me lift this up a bit so you can see a little bit more. So basically this is 3.5 inches wide, and it's basically 3.5 inches wide. So you take a pen and I'm going to use the measurement 3 5/8. So if you take a look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8. So you add an 1/8 on to each side. So you'll want this, both sides. So mine is going to be a square, so it's going to be 3 5/8 times 3 5/8. But we're going to add the depth of the box, in which case, in this case, it's 2 2/8, because it's just over 1/8 wide. So so it's 2 2/8 and another 2 2/8. So you need the length of your box plus 2 depths of your box. But you add 1/8 of an inch at 1/8 onto every measurement. Okay. So for this, I'm going to be ending up using an 8 by 1/8 inch square of DSP and a 8 and 1/8 square of our designer series paper. No, of the foil. I'm just going to cut those out. me just move this down. Hello. Don't know what's happening. I can't see the comments. Always happens to me. So, while I'm trying to get to the comments, I'm going to cut my 8 1/8 inch square. So that's, see if it's going to be big enough that way. 8 1/8. What's that? Yeah, it's going to be big enough. And 8 by 1/8 square. Okay. I'm going to cut the same in my DSP. Oops. Just 8 by 1/8. Okay. You will also need a strip of coordinating cardstock. So I'm going to go again with the brass sheet, and I'm going to cut a 12-inch, 1-inch wide strip for this. So I'll just do that. And the reason I'm struggling is because there's not enough room on my desk. Right, there we go. So that should be wide enough. So the way to work out how big you need your strip is you need 2 of the... I'll quickly show you. So you need 2 of that measurement and 2 of that measurement. So you need 2 of those plus a 1/2 inch overlap. But for ease, I'm just doing a 12-inch strip. So what we're going to do now is we're going to score at 2 2/8. So you score at this measurement, the depth plus 1/8. 2 2/8. Make sure we've got the score. So I'm going to score that. Don't press too hard, which I just have. 2 2/8. So it's actually 2 1/4. So I'm going to turn it 2 2/8 and 2 2/8. And then we're going to do the same with the brass foil. 2 2/8. Now, you can actually make these into fold flat boxes as long as your 2 sides are not, when added together, aren't wider than the base. So this one won't fold flat because the 2 sides added up are actually wider than the base of the box. So I won't be showing you how to make it fold flat. 2 2/8. Partly because it will ruin the box for me. Right, so there's our 2 pieces cut out. Just going to take a second and see if... No, it's not. Hi, Joan! Oh, that's weird. I can't actually see the comments. Really annoying that I can't see the comments. Nope. Okay, so going to fold onto the score lines. Trying to be careful not to get too many finger marks on it. Okay. So this is going to be the base of our box. I just want it to look nice when it's opened. Okay. And then I'm going to fold that up as well. 1, 2. I see I have torn the paper. I knew I had because I pressed way too hard. However, that is not a problem because we will be cutting there anyway. So yeah, we ended up digging out 15 wheelbarrows of sludge yesterday from the flood, which was good fun. And now I can't find my punch. Sorry. Punch. So you'll need a 1-inch punch as well. Right, so what we're going to do is we are going to cut out 2 of these on the patterned paper. So we'll cut out that one and we'll cut out this one. Just need to fold that again. I'm really sorry that I can't see comments. Probably no problems trying to get the comments up on this computer. It's just not showing me them. So we cut out those 2 like so, and then we're going to cut here down this one, but we're going to put a wedge in like so. And we're going to do the same on this one. So down that crease and put a wedge in. And just to prove that this won't work as a fold-up box, these actually cross over, so it won't actually fold up if I tried to make it into a fold-up box. So I'm going to get my Tombow, and I'm quickly going to add Tombow onto, too much, onto the flap just there. Go. And I'm going to fold that to match. Okay. And then I'll do the same for this side. So I love Poinsettia Palace. I mean, I absolutely adore the whole Poinsettia suite, to be honest. I've used it so much. I've used the stamps and the dies and the papers. I just love it. So we're going to keep this flap open, and now we're going to work on the foil. I'm going to cut up here, and I'm going to wedge that out like so, and the same on this side, and then I'm going to turn it over and do the same on the next side. Okay, so these boxes are amazingly easy to make, and you can make them for almost any size as long as you can get the right paper. You just need to measure the width and the depth, and then the width and the length of your package, and then just add 2 depths. So you measure this and add 2 depths, you measure this and add 2 depths, plus the 1/8 for each measurement. Okay, so I'm quickly going to stick this together. So I want to put plenty of Tombow on here because it's shiny. So I'm going to fold that in, line it up and hold it for a sec. And while I'm holding that, I am going to have another attempt to see any comments. my screen's gone big or something, which means that I just can't see comments. It's highly annoying. Right, so that should be dry by now, and I'm going to fold this one in and do the same. Plenty of Tombow, as close up to the edge as I can get it without going over, and that's going to go in there. I'm trying to make sure I don't get any Tombow on the foil, so I'm just going to hold that. So thank you so much for coming in and watching. As I said, I can't actually see comments today again. So I'm afraid I can't reply to any comments. So I'm going to stick this one down. Just flip that out for a sec while I do this. So you just line that up and hold it to set. Okay. And then we'll do this one. So now we have, oops. Not quite hold that down enough. And then I'm going to stick this one down. So we line it up at the top. Oh, that's right. We'll use that side for putting the back on, and we'll hide that. So the box is a little bit bigger than the thing that I'm putting inside. I quite like it like that. You can actually do a 16th if you want it a little bit tighter. Okay, so I'm going to leave that in there, and then I'm going to I'm going to put adhesive on this flap. Okay, and then we're going to put that onto the top of there. Push it in. For some unknown reason, my box is bigger. I've measured something wrong. Oh, how many? Let me try that the other way, just if I've measured it wrong both ways. I have. Right. How do I solve this? To be honest, with difficulty, it's not going to work. Oh, we all make mistakes. And I seem to make too many this sometimes. Right, so if you get your measurements right, you will end up with a box that looks like this. I'm going to take that out. I'm just going to quickly, you should do this before you put it together really. I'm just going to punch out that in the centre. Okay. So that goes in there, that shuts down. So far we've got this, and now I'm going to add my band. So I'm going to quickly make sure that's straight, and I'm going to fold it down. Make sure it's straight and fold it down. Make sure you get your measurements right. Now, as you can see, that is not going to fit. So when that happens, when my strip's not long enough, what I do, I mean 12 inches as long as my strip is as long as the paper is anyway, so it does happen. And the easiest thing to do is to cut out a 1 inch by 2 inch strip, depending on the size of your box. and you are going to add it underneath your band. So I'm going to add a little bit of Tombow here and a little bit of Tombow here, and then I'm going to make a mess. So I'm going to slide that along until it's where I want it, and then I'm going to do the same with that side, making sure it lines up, which it does. And then what I do is I put that on the top, and if you do it so it's in the middle, you do have to hold the foil longer because it doesn't stick that well or that quickly because it's not as absorbent. So I'm just going to turn that upside down so it holds, and I'll start putting my I've cut out all my embellishments and painted them already, but I'm just going to show you quickly how I painted the poinsettia and the leaf. And for that I used Sahara sand and old olive and crushed curry. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use crushed curry, and I'm just going to paint in the centre of the poinsettia. Poinsettia? I hope that's right. Poinsettia. So quickly paint that in. Clean my brush off. And now I made a mixture of a little bit of Sahara sand and a little bit of old olive mix. So I took a little bit of old olive and put it into the Sahara sand, added plenty of water and just painted it in. You want it quite subtle, and it really is easy. You just blob it in, and you don't want it going all the way up your petal. So that's how I painted the poinsettia. So that's quick and easy. And then, wrong pad. And then I used old olive on its own for the leaves. So I just picked up old olive, and you just paint it in the direction of the thing, in the direction of the veins, and then I just cut them out with the dies. Now our band should be the right amount set, so I'm just going to take that off. And turn it round so it's got the front. Now, there we go. So here's me saying that these are the easiest boxes ever, and then I get the measurements wrong. I mean, it still doesn't look too bad. So I've cut out 2 of the large poinsettias, 2 medium, 3 leaves, 3 of these berry things, and a little tag. So you write to the person who's on it on the back. We're not actually going to use any ribbon for this. So we're going to put this together now. So I'm going to put my poinsettia exactly over the join. So I'll quickly stick that on. And again, you have to hold it down a little bit because it doesn't stick quite so easily because it's foil. I also embossed the poinsettias with the embossing die that's in the thing. You can see more on the back than the front. So I'm just going to layer up the two big ones. Okay, so, and now we're going to just press these, some shape to the leaves, petals. So that's basically what I do. I just push and pull until they're a shape I quite like. And we're going to put this in the middle of there and hold that down. Oops. I don't think I actually put any glue on. There we go. Oh, I didn't put any glue on. I mustn't have pressed. So we're just going to hold that in place. So the way I told you to do it is right. I just didn't cut it out right. Get the idea. So I'm just going to hold that down. We're then going to stick the leaves on. So we'll put these here. Oops. You do have to be patient to let this dry. So I'm going to put two on this side. Oops, hold that down. There we go. I'm just going to use that to hold that down. So I hope you're having a lovely day, and I'm really sorry I can't see the comments, which is annoying again. Right, so put the final leaf in, just like here. It's going to stick out there, making sure you don't get it onto the actual not band, the actual present. Now I'm going to stick that where I'm going to stick that. I'm going to stick that just under there. So I'm going to stick that so it comes down. See? No, I'm not going to stick that there. I think I will actually use a bit of ribbon. I thought there would be a space where I could just fit that in where it wouldn't it's not stuck down. Where it would show, where the flower would show, wouldn't hide the greeting. But obviously that's not the case. I didn't put a greeting on the last one I made, so we're going to stick that in underneath, and we're going to stick one in here underneath. And we're going to put the final one of these in. There. I'm just going to press that all down. Okay. So thank you very much for watching. I'm just going to get a little bit of ribbon to finalise the whole thing. So I'm going to thread the ribbon onto here through the hole. It's a bit fiddly. There we go. There we go. There we go, there's ribbon through. I've cut too much ribbon. Bit of a waste of ribbon. That's fine, fine, fine. So I'm just going to thread them through. So I hope you've had a nice week, and I hope you have a fantastic weekend. I'm going to cut that off. Don't want too much. So I'm going to cut that off at that height. I'm going to get some red line ribbon, and I'm going to stick that underneath one of the petals of the poinsettia. Red line tape, not ribbon. Duh. I use red line tape for holding down ribbon. So I'm going to put it on. Yeah, there's enough room under there for it. So I'm actually going to stick it round itself like so. Now I'm going to take the covering off, and then I'm going to stick this under here. So I'm going to lift that up and put it underneath. Make sure it's not touching anything it shouldn't be. Okay, I'm just going to push any adhesive. There we go. And then we're going to shape this just a bit more. There we go. So here is our final present. So I hope you like that. And as I said, if you do the instructions as per my instructions and don't cut it wrong like I did. So I'll just quickly tell you the instructions again. So it is, you take the measurement from the length of your box, or well, it works really well on boxes, but if you're doing a candle, you take a measurement that's got like 1/8 of an inch more than you need to get the candle in. That measurement, and then you add the depth of this plus 1/8. So you take this measurement, add 1/8, and put this depth on, and then you score at the depth. So you need that measurement plus 2 of those plus 1/8 of an inch. So that measurement plus 2 of those plus 1/8 of an inch, and then you score at that measurement. Okay, and I hope that helps, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I will try and catch up with comments. Thank you for watching. So really easy, attractive box. Thank you very much. Bye. Oh, I have to turn it off up there.